Yo, Juho. How's it going? We'll see. Don't know what I'm gonna be doing. Would you believe me if I just beat Hellraiser's 511 run? Well, Hellraiser's speed, world record is actually, 505. Oh no. Is it 505? Yeah, it's 505 right now. Yeah, how's it going, Jack? How's it going, Papa Phantom? How's it going, Casual? Welcome, everybody. It's 511? No, it's 505. If you beat his 511, I wouldn't believe you, but if you did, yeah, his personal best right now is 505. Here, if you do, I know his last one was, you can show obsolete runs. He actually got 510 something. We just added milliseconds to the runs as well. I got 499.560. Nice. Well, submit it to the speed run. Had to leave so suddenly yesterday? Oh, no worries. How are we today? We're pretty good. Welcome, Jack. All good? Nice. Oh, yeah. So, I was thinking of actually doing, so because it doesn't seem like many people will get past, the 10-minute mark, or I'm not sure, what I was thinking of doing was just having the top 10 contestants. So if you're in the top 10, you can get the game for free instead of it being, sub 10 minutes. That way, at least, the people who are here will get it, and some extra people, at least 10 people. Would you believe me if I tell you I got a 640 run? Yeah, I would believe you. You're currently there. Oh, 644. Actually, my newest run is 620. My volumes are pretty loud. I was on that grind till 4 a.m. this morning. Learned a lot of things for Unity. I was super unfamiliar with. Mostly animation related. Nice. If you have any... Yeah, if you want to post anything on Discord or even here, you could share it. Would you believe me if I say I got a 550? I mean, all you guys, if I would believe you, if you posted it. Didn't you send it on screen? But you didn't screenshot it, or was that 898? I didn't post anything. Honestly, I don't care too much about my speedrun, just because it's like big whoop. Don't need to pat myself on the back. But yeah, my speedrun is 620. Anywho, I think we're gonna get back into development. So the whole Steam Next Fest is basically done. I mean, today's Sunday, and it ends tomorrow at like 1 p.m. So in 21 hours and 30 minutes is when it ends. And I mean, it's basically over. We keep, like, regardless if I stream or not, it's just been decreasing in wish lists. So yeah, for future reference, the first few days of your Steam Next Fest is what gets you the most wish lists. And yeah, over the week, you will still get a bunch of wish lists, but yeah, the first, second, and third day are like the best, and then it just sort of declines over time. I'll probably make like what's it called? A postmortem. I'll probably make a postmortem post about like everything that we did so far, or that we did during the Steam Next Fest, and like what seemed to do well, what didn't do well, and like I'll include all the metrics. We'll see how it goes. On top of that, yeah, let me see. So we're basically done with like all the marketing. I am going to start so in the next few weeks, we're also gonna do the Kickstarter. We'll see when that runs. I have like my whole LLC thing situated. I do need to get a bank account real quick for the game, but yeah. Oh, I want to like my own posts. How's it going, Mr. Glick? Welcome. Any new art since my primary programmer for the game jumped ship. It's been a rush to try and pick up the slack, but no fret for fret. We'll get you good art as soon as I get back on it, mate. All right, sounds good. If you want, you can use my bank account. Yeah, sure. I'll use your bank account. Yeah, I remember Mr. Glick was working on a platformer too. I don't think you ever... Did you ever post it for a review? Alright, so... let's see what we got here. Yeah, let's finish this up. I wanted to see... someone recommended this. I forgot what it was for, though. Carabiner Elements. Oh, right. It's for, like, stable keyboard for Mac OS. I'm sure they have one for Windows, too. Alright. Finish game by January is the end goal. Chapter 4 by the end of July. Chapter 5 by the end of September. And then Chapter 6 by the end of December. And then we release the game sometime in January. On top of that, I think I would like to do the Kickstarter in July. Or maybe in August, actually. Maybe August is a better time so we can better prepare. Although... we're already in this, like, yo, that's pretty really soon. Yeah, I know it's really soon. We're gonna go full send on this. I'm hoping that, like, for this to work, I'll have to work double time. Like, Chapter 4 needs to be done by July, and all of it. And on top of that, in every month, we have to add, like, a certain amount of chapters, or a certain amount of levels to every chapter. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. So, like, every month, at least. Bro, it's gonna be crazy. Like, I'm gonna probably have to do this off stream, like the level design, adding more rooms and stuff. Level design. I want to say, like, if we do 10 rooms per month, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's only 60 rooms. That's not even enough. I'd have to do, like, 2 rooms a day. Let's see, let's grab the calculator. 2 rooms times, let's say, only during the weekend, so that's 5 times 4 times 5 times 4. That's 40 rooms a month. Yeah, I think that's better. I mean, we're probably not even gonna use the full 40, but yeah, 40 rooms a month. Basically, 2 rooms a day, on weekdays. Did you double your time estimates yet? So what seems to work for me personally is yeah, just setting it to, like, make the deadline January, and, like, whatever it is, like, it doesn't matter. Even if I'm underestimating the amount of time that I'm spending, like, it doesn't matter. Like, I still need to aim for January. You get what I mean? So yeah, like, yeah, it's realistic to double your time estimates, but, like, yeah, it's not like, oh, I'm being naive or something. It's more so like, all right, I've set a deadline and we're gonna try to make everything work by the deadline. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But yeah, regardless, we still want to aim for January. Yeah, lurk. All right, sounds good. But in terms of, like, you know, when we created that original list, with, like, 100 hours until the Steam Next Fest, we actually made it. Like, everything that I wanted to get done for the Steam Next Fest, besides the Kickstarter, but the Kickstarter was basically done. It was just the banking issues. But you gotta account for stuff that could slow down development. Yeah, of course. We'll get to it when it, like, again, it's not like it's... I understand you have to be realistic with yourself, but don't bring yourself down by, like, being like, oh, yeah, like, I'm gonna account for, like... I don't have anyone to... I'm not responding to any. I'm not. I don't have any obligations to anyone. So if I have to extend the deadline, I can do it. But with me being the only person that I have to be accountable for, we're going. We don't have to be like. We don't have to pretend to give ourselves extra time. If you're working for someone, yeah, for sure. It's a different story. It's you being human and not a robot. I think. Do you know the name? Do you know whose stream you're watching right now? You're watching Practical NPC. You think I'm a human? We're finishing. We're doing 40 rooms a month, and we're finishing one chapter a month. All right, so chapter 4. Okay, in between every single one of these months, I also want to add features to the game. So in here, I guess in between every month, we're also going to be adding some key features, like speedrunning features. So the saving system, I think we're going to do in August. Yeah, I get what you mean. I mean, I've been working on this. I know nothing goes according to plan with game dev. But I'm also very familiar with it at this point, so yeah. Almost the entire game is set up, it's just that we have to create new chapters for it. And new mechanics, but like new mechanics I think only take 1 month. Usually. What about the story? The story is not going to be there's no dialogue in the story. So there is going to be a lore, and we'll probably save that. So like I said, 1 month is a chapter, the other month is a feature. The 1 month is a chapter, another month is either a feature, or we could work on the lore, stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, here we'll do it here too. Story. There you go. 1 month of the story being accounted for, and I mean we might even extend it. Like again. This is a lot of the things that I'm probably going to do is going to be off stream for sure. Like the level design for sure. Like usually when I'm in like, I'm like watching TV or like, watching Netflix or something, I'll just do level design. That's usually when I bang out the most rooms. Waiting for that month. Yep. Whoops. All right, story, chapter 5. So what is chapter 4? I think the chapter 4 is going to be the forced dash mechanic. We don't really have to figure out exactly what it's going to be today, but yeah, we'll see. Forced dash mechanic. Will you add NPCs? No NPCs. Maybe like cats. Yeah, definitely cats, stuff like that. There's not going to be any dialogue. Maybe there will be NPCs with like you interacting with someone who's like a lost soul. But that's going to be about it. Ghost cats? Maybe. You ever have a cat and like they just stare at a corner of a room? My mom used to always tell me that they were looking at ghosts or something, and I think there is some like lore about that. I played the oldest itch version today and experienced it for the first time. Yep. Force dash mechanic. Okay. So we might do that here. We also have the zipline mechanic. The saving system. The saving system is more intricate than just saving the character information. It's also saving individual rooms and like a speedrunning feature. Speedrunning feature. Speedrunning test feature. So his hell is empty. Chapter 5. I'm not going to worry about the mechanic just yet. And what I would like to do is also add eyeballs to every room. Oh, boss. I might be getting too ahead of myself with the boss fights. But actually, when it comes to the Kickstarter, if we do it... When was I planning to do it? In July? We'll see. We might actually save it for August. I'm not entirely sure. Kickstarter, maybe. If we do it here, depending on how the Kickstarter goes... we'll definitely, like, let's say it does really well. I probably will extend it till like the middle of 2024. But we'll see. NPC said it's hell, right? It's not hell. It's the text from that skeleton was kind of a placeholder text, and it's been removed since then. So yeah. I'm trying to think. What should I work on today? We could start working on the force dash mechanic. Like, I think I even have it. Let's see, force dash box. Let's see what this is. We do have it. Let's check it out. Should I make a new chapter? Well, I'll also have to figure out what the force dash box, like, or where this what's the new environment going to be for chapter 4. It could be an overgrown place. It could be something that's pitch black, like just dark and cold. But I feel like the dark and cold area should be the last chapter. So maybe something overgrown would be nice. Or something red. Something red can be scary. Those stupid fudging spikes ruined my sub 5-man run. Yeah, sure. Again, it is... I'll explain it later, because it's too much to explain. I am going to fix it. Again, it's just fudging, and I just have to make sure that it doesn't fudge when you see a spike. Or figure out maybe level design around it. It's not the spikes. It is the fudging. It's the same reason why, you know, when you go into the game, it's the same reason if you go into world demo, and when you dash here, where is it? You know, when you hit this, when you dash upwards and you hit this spring, it's the same exact thing. Except when you dash up and there's a spike there, you hit the spike. So what I need to do is make sure that when the ray casts detects a spike, we just don't do that. Don't care, fix it. Well, we'll fix it eventually. I don't really... The only issue with fixing the issue now is that everyone has already submitted speedruns, so I don't want to manipulate the game too much, because it would be unfair. Like, we would have to negate people's runs. How you keep the upwards velocity? Alright, let me see what the hell is going on there. I don't remember what exactly I did with the force dash box. I know we've I remember updating it a while ago, and then we'll see what it does. Alright, it seems like it doesn't even work anymore. Let's see. Input controller dot dash direction is equal to vector 2.0. Invalid dash direction on base input controller dash direction dot movement input. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yo, how's it going, Devro? What the hell? Move input. Oh wait, what? Force dash direction. I see something. I'll do a speed run. Give me 1 second. I'm pretty sure we removed move, or well, we do have move up input, like we do have a variable for all of these, but I think we also have a move, what do we call it? Input? Move down. Move left input. Pretty sure we called it like movement input, yeah. But does it get updated? Movement input is equal to vector 2.0. Movement input, yeah, we do. So we technically don't even need to use move right or move down. We could just literally just check what movement input is for all of these. But yeah, we'll update this later. And jump to the next. Yeah, that room also needs to be, again, that's another issue with, I want to fix that room, but I can't fix, the thing that you need to do to get to that room. Here, I'll just speedrun it for you. You just need to grab. So depending on what your input is, if you're using keyboard, arrow keys, use Z. Here, I'll just speedrun for you. 7th Sam, how's it going? Welcome. So I'll show you real quick. Yeah, if you hold wall input, you know, if you're using mouse and keyboard, right click. If you're using strictly keyboard, Z, or if you're using WASD, which I don't think you should, but if you are using strictly keyboard and WASD, just make sure you're holding the grab button, whatever one that is. Oh shit. I should full screen this. Yeah, I mean, we'll lose some time. But yeah, holding the grab wall. That will be updated, but again, I can't update it right now because people are speedrunning it. It would ruin the runs. It would invalidate people's runs. Technically, we could follow the rules of like not invalidating it, but I'd rather just. I don't want to screw people over. I know which room. I know exactly which room you're talking about. Why is WASD bad? Are you using? You're using WASD and like JKL or something? I'm using WASD right now, but I'm using WASD and keyboard and mouse. If you're using WASD and keyboard and mouse, right click to grab walls, or like, I mean, that's the easiest way to do it. And then I know you have an issue here. I'll even showcase it. This won't be. This is technically not a speed run, but you have an issue with this area because you keep dashing upwards. Oops. You keep doing an upright dash, and you keep fudging upwards. That's the problem. You just have to make sure you're doing a right dash. I know it's annoying, and I will fix it. But, yeah. It has to be a right dash. Feels like it's luck-based. There's nothing luck-based. The inputs are consistent. Again, the only issue is the fudging. But if you realize it's a, you know, quote-unquote feature in the game, which will change, but right now it has to be the same because of the competition. And I know sometimes it does feel unfair. Like, you'll be like, "Oh, I pressed it," but then it didn't happen. Like, it's I don't know. I don't want to like flame you, but it is a delusion. Cause I've seen like Hellraiser does the same thing, but like you could see his input. Like he is pressing the button that causes him to like dash in a certain way or something like that. I can't read the text though. Give me 1 second. Most rooms are fine if you didn't write the down. Blah, blah, blah. It's just that the portal room for me, since I already beat Hellraiser, it's... Oh, I see. You're just trolling now. Where's the video? I would love to see the video of you beating Hellraiser. You'll submit it on Wednesday? Why not today? God damn. I'm switching to keyboard. Your internet is really bad. Oh, it takes that long to upload. All right. Shit. Oh my god, I pressed. So here's another, technically I do need to fix this problem. We're gonna have to update the features of the Twilight pretty soon. There have been so many edge cases of me, like, yeah, I've been fixing so many issues with the Twilight when it first came out, and still it seems, because we had so many people playtest the game, we've been exposed to other edge cases that I didn't realize could happen. Game looks very smooth. Yeah, I try to be. I try to make it smooth. You know, the people who are the only people that don't think it's smooth are the people who are, you know, on the lower spectrum of the speedruns. Then they think it's unresponsive. Are you on the lower speed? I don't know. Are you? I'm just messing around. How long did you spend on tuning the controls? Literally, like, all the time. There's never a time where I'm like, oh, it's perfect. Like, even now, I'm sure before version 1.0, there will be some tweaks made. There's always, like, something that has to be changed. Right now, I will say, right now, it is pretty good. Like, I'm very happy with it, and maybe I wouldn't even mind if it stayed. But, yeah. There's always, like, something that I'm like, I'll always try to fine-tune it. I do need to be consistent because people have been already playing the game where, like, most changes have to be the same. But in terms of, like, one thing that I would like to maybe change is wall jumps, so that diagonal jumps. Because right now, a lot of people are jumping, like, basically bunny hop or, like, hopping on the same wall. I'd like to promote doing diagonal jumps to make them faster, basically. Just so that, like, people don't, like, for example, right here, if they jump on this wall, I'd want to promote them jumping from here to here so that to get a faster run, rather than just staying on one wall. I mean, it's not bad, but I'd like to do it. So this is the final build. This is version 0.3. We're on 0.3. But yeah. It must be a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it forces you to finalize things. On the other hand, it keeps you from changing things. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've done so many changes. So I think it is I think it's more of a blessing than a curse because it's kind of subjective, really. What you decide is, like, good or not. So it's good to just, like, stick to it. All right, so this is the current version of the force dash. I don't know if I mean, basically I'm pressing something. Like, I'm pressing WASD, like D, or, like, holding right, holding up again, holding right. I'm not sure if, I mean, we could definitely make this into a mechanic. Like, it's definitely possible. How long have you been working on it? So this game I've been working on for 2.5 years. Have you seen Hellraiser's run though? I think it's not actually possible to be any faster. Even getting 530 is pretty much impossible for people. I mean, we could watch the video right now. Have you not seen? You could literally see it on speedrun.com. Oh, yeah. So you're saying you beat him, but you think maybe he's cheating or something, right? Hellraiser, he's been grinding. Feels very similar to the spinning launchers in a way. Kinda. I will be changing that mechanic actually. I think it's too slow. We'll see what I do there. Feels like he isn't natty. But somehow, he does drink some energy drinks or something. You know, caffeine does definitely improve your focus and, you know, your performance. How does it feel to see speedrunners obliterate? So, I mean, I made this game with the intention of it being I wanted people to speedrun the game. So seeing people, like, seeing Hellraiser get, you know, what's his high, getting 505 was like, it's his accomplishment, but it's also like, I'm happy that he did it, you know? It makes me feel good. Not in a good way? Yeah. Right. It makes me feel really good. And it makes me just want to make the game longer. And, like, some of the level design, I like to appeal, you know, the casual player, but I also like to appeal the speedrunner. So, like, figuring out that perfect balance between making the game easy, or not easy, but, like, easy to pick up, and hard to master for the speedrunner is, like, it's been fun. Like, you know, we spent so much time tweaking the controls for the player to make it perfect, and now I have to tweak the level design to be perfect. Or, you know, tweak the level design for the future levels to be perfect. Even these are not perfect yet. Even this mechanic is not perfect yet. So, yeah. Sounds like a difficult... Yeah, it is. I mean, it's difficult because I've never done it before. But just like anything, you just have to give it some time and you learn. Like, when I first started making this game, I hated level design. It was like my least favorite thing to do, and I was dreading it. I was actually like contemplating like giving up on the project just because level design is so hard. But you know, you just do it long enough, and you actually get much better at it. And same with like balancing, or like level design, or you know, level design appealing to multiple groups of people. Like that philosophy. Yeah, it's literally just. I remember listening to the, was it from, it might have been from the creator of, you know, the main developer, is it Todd Howard? He was like, like people ask him, like, how do you become a good programmer? And he's like, you literally just program for 20 years and you become a good programmer. I don't think it was Todd Howard, but there was a podcast with him. Level design is just learning how to teach the difficulty level you set out. Yeah, exactly. Especially for platformers. There's definitely like different types of level design. Platformers seem to be, I think, the most... I feel like for platformers, it seems like there's more, I don't know, stuff that kind of goes into it. Compared to like, you know, let's say a Metroidvania where like the combat, like, I mean, level design is still important for like Metroidvanias or like open world games, but I think for those types of games you're mostly focusing on the interactions between the player and like, let's say, an enemy or something like that, compared to a platformer where it's all about level design. So, like, for example, this area... did I move the camera? No, I didn't. For example, this area, yes. You could see that he could speedrun this entire area. Oh. See how he does, like, that weird skip? Like, this is something that goes into the level design. You can go straight down, and then there's a portal that takes you to this portal, and then you dash straight up. But you can see I've allowed for people to speedrun it by just manipulating the momentum they built from here and just go through this gap, and then... Another feature is you can dash and grab this orb. Usually you would dash out, grab this orb, and then go through this portal that takes you to another area. But if you're good enough, you can skip this entire thing, and the player just gets rewarded for that. And you can see he maximizes on it. That one is too hard. Did you ever hit it? Yeah. I hit it. I'm not the best at it, but there's I would say like a 50% chance that I hit it. There is a quote-unquote science to it, to hit it, but the timing is important. If I want to get a good run, I definitely have to hit it. It just saves so much time. But yeah, it's kind of like high risk, high reward. Personally, never did. That's pretty cool that you never hit it and you still got sub 5. But yeah, there you go, 505. Were you a speedrunner before you got into game dev? No, actually. I wasn't even into platforming when I became a game dev. It wasn't until I saw there's this really good video by Game Maker's Toolkit on Celeste, and this is literally what got me into making a platformer. Basically, them analyzing Celeste This was like, I always post this video, but yeah, this video analyzes Celeste, like what makes it so good, and I was like, oh shit, you know, I want to make a good platformer now. And then I started like, I'm still not amazing at speedrunning, and I don't do like 100% of Celeste, but like I can do an any percent. I'm not amazing. Like my max time or like my fastest time is like sub 3 hours for Celeste any percent. No, not even close. Sub 1 would be too difficult for me. I mean, to be fair, I've only done like 3 speedruns in total for Celeste. maybe one of these days we can do one. Congrats on all the Discord joins you've been getting. Yeah, thank you. I'll say the most Discord joins were from the first day, and then everything else was like, I mean, we still got people to join, but it was mostly from the first day. All right, let's get back to we got so distracted. If you ask me to do something, if you're going to talk about speedruns, we can talk about it, but I'm not going to show any more videos. Because I do want to figure out what the hell we're going to be doing for this next month. I'm trying to think if this mechanic is good as it is. So all this does is give you an extra, like, it forces you to dash, and it also consumes your dash. So you don't have a dash afterwards. Have a great rest of your stream. Peace. I'll see you, Papa Phantom. Think about 10k got sub 3 hours. 1 hour is like a list of 1k people. I see. Wow, 10,000 people have sub 3 hours? That's kind of crazy. I'd love to just have 10,000 people play my game. Like, I'd be happy if 1,000 people played my game. It gives you a super dash. Yeah, I mean, maybe we should extend the distance that it gives you. Because right now it's literally just a dash, and what's the point of just giving you a dash? Unless the trick is like it consumes your dash, and then you have to proceed throughout the level without any dashes. That could be another like technically a mechanic. And easily win 100k people. Yeah. Let me think. Yeah, maybe doubling the distance here could be. Ooh, the issue with doubling the distance, we can't actually double the distance. We would have to double the duration of the dash. Either that, or we'd have to make a new. We'd have to manipulate how we handle the dash. But I kind of like the way it is right now. It's like super quick compared to what it was before. There was like a huge delay with our dash originally. Let's see what we can do with the force dash mechanic. Here, let me back everything up. What do we use? GitHub? So, don't remember what this is, but we'll just say version 0.3.1.2. What kind of mechanic is that going to be? It's just a dash. Just a forced dash. Or maybe an extended dash with like more to it. We'll see. Maybe we can let the player dash out from that mechanic as well. We're just going to be messing around with stuff today. And then maybe do some level design later on. Input a direction and it starts to dash. Yeah, exactly. If you don't press anything, there's already a set direction. But for the most part, you're going to want to input something. It's similar to the mechanic in Celeste. The red orb in Celeste. This one. But this one's a little bit different. In this one, basically how it works is you dash into it and it like keeps going no matter what. In the direction. Or the barrels in Donkey Kong? Is that? What's DKC? Donkey Kong Country? The barrels. No, I actually didn't play Donkey Kong Country. Kind of like the barrels, yeah. Actually, this is very a lot closer to what I sort of wanted it to be. Maybe we can add an animation of some kind where it's like, yeah, instead of it being... Actually, that's not a bad idea. We could make it similar to the barrels. And instead of it being a forced dash direction, it would be like... Oops. A more, I don't know, it's not necessarily physics-based, but like... What, like here, if this is our platform, here's our, what should we do, like, kind of like you jump into it, and then it shoots you out, and then there's a momentum, like a sort of something like that, maybe. And then you can dash out whenever. It'd kind of be very similar to... Because I do actually want to redo the, the mechanic that does this. The spinning mechanic, the green orb that spins. I kind of want to redo it. And maybe we can implement something like this instead. Where if we want the player... Instead of making the player... Because usually it's a pretty linear mechanic. So, like, for example... what's one of the rooms in World's demo? Or chapter... 3. Make it a backflip? Yeah, actually, I agree. Backflip would be pretty cool. So, like, you spin clockwise, you go here, then you spin counterclockwise. In this room, it would be like... And we'll just draw a quick example. I'll just paint it. So... Here is our orb. Instead, it'll be like this. Then some spikes here. Here's our... Actually, wait. You jump through here. You go through here. Then, kind of like... Has to be... I have to figure out, like, these are 90-degree angles, so I wonder if it would have to be, like... Like that. They could all be 90-degree angles, but, like, rotated in whichever way we want. So it would be like this. You go through here, you jump in, it shoots you out, you go into an arc. You jump into here, then you go into another arc, and the arc goes this way. But you can also dash out, so like we would put another green one maybe here that does the same thing. And then the player would basically have to dash back into this area. Instead of doing this whole spinny thing. Because the issue I think that we have with this mechanic, even though maybe visually it looks really good, but mechanically it just takes too much time. To run, and like the centripetal force of it, like people the thing is there's no timing involved anymore. The timing would be maybe involved with like, you're dealing with the momentum and then you have to dash into the right spot, but I don't know if that's cool enough for people. Wouldn't that be too easy? Yeah, I think it would be too easy. There would have to be something in between, maybe. Maybe the player has to catch the next one. So, like, instead of it being... So, like, maybe it would shoot the player into... You know, like, for example, spikes are here instead. So the trajectory shoots you into spikes, and you have to make sure that you dash down. And, like, the next one is, like, actually over here instead. And you have to dash down to get to the next one. I don't know. We're not going to really work on this today, but would be a good idea to figure it out eventually. It's way harder than the Twilight thing? You think so? Alright. Let's keep looking at the force dash. I want to see what we could get out of just increasing the duration of the force dash. So, in the dash state, what we do is if enter force dash, we say force dash direction is equal to... Wait, what is like... Oh, okay. Dash direction is equal to this. And then enter force dash. When do we set this back to false? Enter... Oh, okay. So this is on the dash. Enter force dash. Else it's based on the input. We do have to refactor some of this. Right now we set our speed to 400, and our dash duration is based on... we just keep it consistent here. Let's try... I'm going to try, like... What is our dash duration? It's 0.2. Okay. Oh, actually, it looks like our dash duration is... Yeah, 0.2. 750. What is this? What's the difference between this and... Oh, it's basically... Wait, what? From the zip line. I don't think we never even use the zip line anymore. And then on the exit of the Twilight, we're also in the dash, it seems. Or I don't know if I actually still use this. But let's give this a shot. We're going to set this to 0.4 for the time being. So it'll make our regular dashes also double in speed. You can see we slow down over time as well, which makes the mechanic, like, super slow. Let me see what we do in the dash state. Normalized 400. Let's see. Divided by... No. Times equals? No. Are we adding friction to it? Let me see. Don't see any difficulty in the Twilight state for, like, casual play. It's different. It's a different story to do for these weird angles in speedrunning. What bothers you with the speedruns in the Twilight state? The Twilight state will also be redone pretty soon. I'm trying to think, what the hell can we do? The duration is not the... It's not the solution. Wait, let me see. Let's try 0.8 for fun. Yeah, distance is basically the same. Almost the same. And we can't just increase the speed. Maybe we can reduce the friction. Let me see. Basically, if they're in the dash state... wait, we don't run friction. Let's see. If state is equal to states.dash... Oh, motion times equals 0.9 here. Let me see something. If not forced dash. Let me just see something. We can remove friction from that state. Oh shit. Okay, there we go. So could be kind of like its own thing. Let's go back into what we set it to 0.8, I believe. So maybe the dash duration will be the same, but in friction, there's no friction on the force dash. So it could look like that. And if these are like, you know, separated some more, let's see what that looks like. We could also allow the player to have input in this state. That might be pretty cool. We'll see. The angles have to be perfect though. Let's just try something like that. It's kind of fast. Like, it's like we're zooming. We can increase dash duration. Let's say it's 0.4. And then on friction, let's try this. We'll decrease friction to 0.95. So we could also do that. Technically the duration has increased, but the friction has also decreased. Friction is too much in my opinion. But 95 is too little. Honestly, maybe we can make this work though. Actually, it doesn't seem like it's that bad. I wonder if I want to give the player an extra dash after they've exited this state though. It seems like you should allow it, because I mean, it'll just allow for us to do some nicer things with the mechanic. So yeah, let's do that. All right. Let's go into point 8 again. Or where did we put this? I think it was point 4. So we'll want to match. I'll just say this: if force dash direction. And we also want to make sure that we give the player the ability to dash again. So I don't know where we do this. Enter neutral, enter can dash. Basically, when do we set can dash? Or set can dash. Second dash is set to false on the entrance of the dash state. Should we could do it here. You can't dash while you're in this state, because you're technically already in the dash state. I wonder if we want to allow the full dash to happen. Loki wanna allow the player to dash out. This might be game breaking. Because we're still like this isn't because we're recycling the dash state for this mechanic, could be a problem. I mean, what we could just check for is if we're in the force dash state to reset the dash state. Let's see what happens. Okay, if enter force dash, what we could do here is just change state to neutral, enter force dash. If not dashing and enter neutral state. Let me see something. Yeah, we've never had this before. If dash input wait, I'm actually very curious. All of this needs to be what the hell? Dash input isn't declared in the current what do we use now? Input controller dot dash input. Is that what we do? Input controller, yeah. Okay. Just make sure we know how to spell. Input can what? Oh, it's one word. It's been a while since we looked at the player code. So yeah, now you can dash out. Only issue is if the player is spamming this button, then it could be a problem, because then they like not entirely sure. Another solution would have been to maybe we can rewrite this entire mechanic to not use the dash, and we could use moment or just add velocity to the player. Just trying to think. Like, I think what we need to do is actually use a room, to test out this mechanic and like actually just use it somewhere. Let me see, where's a good spot. Let's see, room 90. It's a good. Alright, let's just try here. Room 86. What room are we on? 37. 137. I wonder if rooms are broken when we do this. They might be. We'll see. They might need to be connected to something. Let's see. Oh, I mean, if we spawn in it, I think it'll be fine. Alright, we'll just spawn into it. God damn. I think the speed is maybe too much. So another thing we could do is make these connected. Almost like a portal. Almost like the zipline mechanic. We could also try making it the what we want like an arc. Almost like a huge jump. Like a power jump sort of thing. And then based on your input, it would create that arc. So you jump into it, and then boom, you jump over. Kind of like a spring. I wonder if this would be its own, like... It'd be like its own bounce. I'm trying to think. Whoops. So the most simplest version would be, I wonder, would it be something like this? Or would it be based on the player's input? And maybe only going upwards is like, what the hell? So the trajectory would be either this or that. What's going on? So you jump into it, you have this huge bounce. And you could do the same exact thing. You'd have to dash over.
There's a light inside your soul that's still shining in the cold with the truth, the promise in our heart. Don't forget, I'm with you in the dark.
Let me see if this would look good as its own mechanic before we start. What the hell's going on there? So this is a very simple version of the mechanic, or I mean like simple design with the mechanic, and how would we expand on this? Maybe by making it quicker, like it's more so of a kind of like a boom 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 boom. Like you have to input the right direction right away, otherwise you get shot out in the wrong direction. I think maybe that'll be the mechanic for this one. So it's like tung, 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 tung. So let's look at this mechanic real quick. Forgot what the force dash box. Let's look at the script. Sure, maybe there's a timer that I use. Play, animate. Doesn't seem like I do anything here. Let's see. On activate, play sound, force dash. Let's see what the hell's going on. Seems like actually maybe let's see, force dash box dot animate dash if force dash on the dash state. Do force dash no dot. What the hell? I feel like we should probably rewrite this entire mechanic just so that it's faster. Force dash box is equal to force dash, enter force dash is equal to false, enter force dash, sensor node, force dash equal to true, force dash direction is equal to force dash box dot forced direction. What is with the delay though? How do I don't know what's controlling the delay. Is it like on the exit of the sound? On the entrance? On animate. All we do is play the sound. It's not enough. Yo, how's it going, Grumble? What you been up to? Where the hell do I write this? Alright, we'll just scroll through force dash, see where See where it leads to. Oh, it's the neutral state. So if force dash, if anything happens and we go into force dash, we actually enter the neutral state. And if we go into the neutral state, I think what we want to do is just make sure that the duration of the neutral state is less than the typical neutral state duration. Building some cool enemies. Oh yeah? They happen to be lasers, like eyeballs that shoot lasers out of their eye. Because if so, that'd be like a very unique idea that's never been stolen from any other video game. Did you stream today? 7 hours ago.
Does it still swing? It does, but it just
Hey,
kind
I
of
have
like...
something similar in my game right now.
The physics with this thing are weird. Like,
Lies to overcome them.
Was that Lies of P?
I haven't told it to stop.
Spider
so
stuff.
The body's total constant positional force is applied. It's like, so... Oh, so this would be like a vector. You know what? I bet I know what it is. Oh, okay. No, a raycast wouldn't work. I already have reference to the point that I wanted to. Cool, right? Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so now,
I don't see any
next
spider
thing
stuff.
we need to do is, if, okay, for example, very appreciative. If so.
I believe you though. I believe there's probably some spider stuff somewhere out there. Okay. Let me go into the change state. Let me see. Probably on interstate is when we run this. Yo, how's it going, Bree Mauler? Welcome. Oh, we already have a force dash duration. So I guess we'll just lower this to like 0.1. Currently working on the spider logic, but the webbing is done. I see. Will it like be crawling through the webs? Ooh, this is too fast. God damn, I have no time to think. God damn. Maybe 0.2. I feel like this is still too slow. Maybe we should get rid of the friction. Maybe we should also probably make this its own state. Maybe it would be like closer to the teleport where it's like really fast and we add an animation to it, like a line that's like pew, shows you where you're going. Seen this game on Reddit/Twitter? Yeah. I've been spamming I've been spamming Reddit and Twitter lately just because like we did the Steam Next Fest. I kind of feel bad about it, just because it doesn't feel right sometimes to like just, you know, try to market your game. But, you know, we were... Oh, that I like that. Boom, boom, boom. Definitely the animations have to be better, but don't feel bad about it. I will say people on... Yeah, everyone is doing it. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't feel bad about it. I'm hoping the game can, you know, speak for itself. But maybe that's naive. Because, yeah, literally marketing is everything. Well, for a successful game, you do need to do your fair share of marketing. But I'm hoping, you know, maybe we can get a publisher to do that. so I can just focus on making a good game, and the marketer, the publisher, can worry about, you know, selling their soul. I kind of like this. We do need to add like maybe a stopping mechanic, or something, so that like, I don't know, maybe like I mean, we could just literally add a spring, and that'll like, you know, cushion, so to speak, cushion the fall. Let me see. So this is just a test room, so we can just mess with it. So we'll bring all of these dash orbs. Can you interrupt cancel the dash? Yeah, you can. Although I wonder if I'm going to keep, like, we'll see how it goes, because this could mess with, like, the issue is that some people might assume, like, they might think that something is wrong with the mechanic because I allowed them to dash out. This mechanic in particular might just be like a cool little side thing that requires quick input. So basically, your input as you enter this state, or as your input as you exit the orb, determines the direction. So, you know, I'm pressing down as we exit, right as we exit. But if I were to like not do anything, it would just screw me over. Like I would just shoot to the right or something. So here, wait. But yeah, we can add some custom, like right now this is just introducing the mechanic, and we can make it so that, you know, maybe the next orb is, yeah, we can try this out right now. Technically we can put some spikes here. Let's get rid of everything real quick. Let's try. This is a new mechanic in the works, so it's gonna look kind of ugly at the moment. Oop. So, for example, we could put spikes down here, and then they would be really quick. Like they have to dash down right away. Let's see what happens. Is it a forced dash? Yeah. So the direction isn't forced. Well, the direction is forced unless if there's no input. Goddamn. And also, it might be... Well, I want it to be quick. So allowing the player to dash out, like it is a thing. Here, my reflexes are kind of slow, so maybe it's... Yeah, so you could technically dash out mid force dash, but that's kind of challenging here. The design, goddamn. I think maybe dashing out is not specifically for this mechanic, maybe not, but we might make some different versions of this pretty soon. I feel like this will be like a cute little like in-between mechanic. You know, like you're running through the rooms, you see this, you jump through, you go through like a few of these, then it transitions to a different mechanic, and blah blah blah. It's kind of fluff, but I do think it's fun, especially for the speedrunner. It's kind of like, you know, they can rest their fingers for a bit. I wonder if you want more time on the orb. So originally there was more time, but it was too slow for what I'm trying to go for at the moment. You see, like I'm making sort of like a channel of like switching directions. I like this is sort of the mechanic that I'm trying to go for this particular one. Things might change pretty soon. We'll see. The original one looked like this. Basically, the timer was what? Forgot what the timer was. Neutral state. So this is on enter. So the original one was what? 4 seconds? 3 seconds? So this is what it was, but I think that's too slow. Or, you know what we could do is if there is input... no, actually, no, never mind. I was going to say, if there is input, we can force the direction. Or maybe if they press dash, we force them to go. We'll figure it out. I assume it's going to indicate the player which direction it's going to send you. I'm actually not sure. You'll figure it out right away. Like there would be an introductory room to it. I'm wondering if I even have to tell you because it's gonna be. Oh, all right. Well, as you can see, it's still not even close to being done. Yeah, let's expand this room a bit. See what we can get out of it. Let me get rid of all the spikes too. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Downwards. You're telling it where to go? Yeah, it's based on your input. It does shoot, right now, it shoots you to the right if there's no input, so you will die. Unless you're what I think I'm gonna do is make it shoot you in the opposite direction you came from. So if you came from the left, it'll shoot you to the right. If you came down, it'll shoot you down. Or if you came from the top, it'll shoot you down. That's what I'm guessing right now. Yo, how's it going, back cop? But yeah, we'll see. This is supposed to be the new mechanic of chapter 4. But it might not be as impressive for a mechanic in itself. It might not be the only mechanic for chapter 4 unless we can expand on it. We could also do diagonals, so we can also do boom. I'll have to figure out what's the exact. It has to be a 45-degree angle. It has to be. Oops. Is that 45? Okay. Oh wait, this is too slow. Pre-Mauler, thank you. Try point one again. Oh. Oh my god. Wait, oh yeah, point one was too quick. Wait, let's try point 1.5. 1.5. Or 0.15. Ooh, I kind of like that. God, I know. Wait, let me try with the controller because I know people are gonna rage with the controller. It's not too bad. I kind of like it. Like I like this segment, but I wonder like how long before it gets, you know, annoying. And imagine there are spikes everywhere, so if this happened, you would die here. Also, it's very difficult. Oh, whoa. Uh-oh. Maybe point 0.5 is too quick. 0.15. I'm using the analog stick right now, so it's kind of hard to like be precise. Like you can see I'm like doing uprights a lot. Here, let me see if point. And maybe what we'll do for the speedrunner is we'll allow them to press dash. If they, if they're faster with it, they could like spam the dash button. Still pretty. Goddamn. With the analog stick, it's just so difficult to be precise when you have so little time to react. Maybe what I can do is we can actually like add some, like allow for like a margin of error where we can actually detect what the analog stick values are. So like if you're we can check what's the closest node or what the intentional node was. But the only issue is if we start adding more of these, like let's say we have a white orb right here and another white orb like on the top right, then it becomes an issue. Yeah, the precision with this is kind of rough. With the D-pad, it's definitely manageable, but with the analog stick, actually, still pretty difficult. Could foresee an accessibility thing if there's so little time to react. So what you're saying is letting people out early, but giving people more time to be precise. Yeah. But even then, it's just that analog sticks tend to not be precise. I mean, it's definitely possible. I'm doing that was with the analog stick. But you see there, like sometimes you die. Or, I didn't die, but here, let's put the spikes in to show what death would actually be like. And it's actually... Well, we'll see. Where are the spikes? What's going on? Oh, we have a... Here we go. Precision only really matters around these areas. So you just have to put spikes here and that's it. But yeah, allowing people to dash out would be a could be a solution. Oh no. Wait, what? Interesting. Okay, there is a bug. Wait, what's going on? Oh, okay. I think another solution would just be to spread out the orbs, so they have more time to think. Because right now, I'm like all over the place. See, like the diagonals have way more time. And what we could do, like we could put a spring right here instead, so they have more time to think for the next one. Like they hit the spring, they jump across, dash into it or something. They'll be more aware. Basically, let me see. Stuff like that. And we can, increase the distance between the two. I'm trying to think if maybe we should, maybe you can have some UI feedback to show the direction pointing. So, I mean, it's based on your input. I press down to go down, right to go right. I don't think there needs to be feedback for what you're pressing, but there definitely needs to be some feedback to maybe tell the player what exactly is going on. They'll figure it out. I could also just do this via level design. Like right now, this would be like the third room or something, showcasing how the mechanic works. The first room would literally just be maybe one orb. It would be like maybe just an L. Like this would be the room. Oh. The first room for this mechanic would be something like, it'd be super basic. Even simpler than this, or here I would say this is like the second room. So it would be like that. And like that. And then the player would, like, the first time they dash into it, they'll dash into it like this. And it's based on your last direction. So if you went from the left, you would dash into the right if they didn't press anything. We would need to figure out how to showcase to them that they have to press something to go upwards. We could do that via a sign, but I don't really like signs. With the analog, it's hard to tell if you're going up. Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong. That I'm also thinking, like, if we want to figure out which nodes are, because we could also improve like the margin of error, basically. So if we know, like, basically we would connect these two nodes. You know, there would be a reference to this, and we'd check what the direction to is. So like if the player does press upright, for example, they would technically still go up. It'll be like, what's it called? Like a bias towards going to this orb. So even if they pressed upright, they would still go up. Yeah, because the analog stick is so imprecise. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Either that, or we give the player more time. In terms of the visual cue of like how do we tell the player, like, oh, you're going into this next node? Maybe what we could do is maybe make it charge up. So like they're gonna hop off. All right, I'll see you, Bree. Thank you for the follow again. That points towards the cursor and have it. How do you have that? How you have that arrow? Yeah. So yeah, maybe we could do it so that, like, the thing is, the time that it shows is only 0.2 seconds. Like, you literally only have 0.2 seconds before you get shot out. So it'd be like, I don't know, maybe the 0.2 seconds would be a charge. So it'd be like, the default direction right now is based on, or eventually it's gonna be based on your last direction. So it could be like, it charges up and then boom. Or if you point up, it'll start charging upwards and then boom. I just want to make sure this is the thing that we want to do. Yeah, maybe we could just do an indicator. Like, maybe just a triangle that pops up. So, like, if you came in from the right side, the triangle would start popping up here. And then you have 0.2 seconds to make sure that it goes here. I can give that a shot. Let me see how much time there's. There's like almost no time to figure out what you have to do. Because I know if I add this dash indicator, I know people on Reddit are going to be like, oh, why is there no, you're not giving the player enough time. Like, I know that's the immediate response I'm going to get, so I need to figure out, Like, I mean, sometimes people on Reddit don't know what they're talking about, but, like, if I know that's going to be the response, maybe there's some truth to it. Why are you trying to make it so fast? Because when it's slow, it's boring. It's a later mechanic, so, like, in the later parts of the game, it's supposed to be, you know... The mechanic is so simple, it has to be fast. Like, that's the only thing that would be punishing about it, you know? If it's slow, then it's like... It's kind of like, it's already doing the work for you. Like, it's telling you which direction to go. So at least, the least I can do is make it quick. And, you know, you just have to be quick on your feet to determine which direction to go. Maybe you think it's boring because there's no animation yet? I don't think so. Because I also think... No, I also appreciate the... I don't want to sound like I'm like, oh, don't want to like not listen to anyone, you know. I just think you're wrong, you know. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Also, this is the first day of us working on the mechanic. I'm sure, you know, sometimes the best ideas come to me, you know, late at night. So we might explore it some more tonight. For now, we're kind of just chilling, brainstorming. But we could, like, here, I'll try making it slower for fun. Wait, actually, what I do want to try maybe doing is making it quicker, or sorry, making it slower, which is, let's say, 0.4 seconds. But if the player presses, you know, the dash button, we'll reset the, we'll set the timer to 0. Let me see if that works better. So yeah, this is 400 milliseconds, which is very quick. But I wonder if showing an animation for this. My first thought was that it would be more of a slingshot. So like, oh, it like charges backwards. I see. Maybe I have the wrong idea with this. Like, maybe it should just be a mechanic, rather than what I'm doing here, which is like, kind of like, oh, you just, like, literally all you have to do in this segment is press the right buttons. There's no, like, oh, coming out and then combined with, like, another mechanic and then, you know, you dash out. Pull in the opposite direction that you want to go. Yeah. We'd have to make an animation for that. Let me see. What could we do? Is it this one? We scale it and then push it. Yeah, it would have to be in its own animation. I wonder, is moving it kind of like a cannon? Like it charges up and then, I don't know. Oh, we have whatever the hell this is. the speed is controlled by the player. Allowing the speed to be controlled by the player would be pretty cool. All right, let's try this. Let me see what happens in the neutral state, or sorry, in the whatever this timer is. We just say neutral state is equal to false. Let me try this. What the hell? Don't know if I reset. We probably do. Let me see if this does it. We'll set that timer to. Not trying to backseat. No, I appreciate it. The longer you pull back, the faster you go. We'll see. We'll see. No, I appreciate the ideas. Actually, just don't be offended if I don't do it. Okay, so this is with the 500 millisecond delay, but if I press dash, oh my god, it's actually kind of difficult though. So I could press dash. So this is how slow it could be, but you can. Ooh. Let me see how it is with the controller. Oh no. Dude, Discord, sorry, OBS has been acting very strange lately. I need to figure out what the hell is going on. Whoops, OBS crashed. Maybe it has to do with this browser. So if I press this, it's gonna restart the stream.